is going to be a 4. Wow, that's our worst grade so far. One got a Gem Mint 10. Look at that. Hell yeah. Awesome, you guys. Our first 10 is the one modern. Guys, today we have a PSA Pokemon Vintage Grading return. This is my first time ever submitting to PSA, and as you guys might have seen from a few videos ago in a short that I made, I sold off a bunch of my vintage graded booster packs to acquire a lot of vintage cards. So basically, I sent off 20 of the best ones for grading, and they were all probably like near mint, maybe mint. I'm hoping for a couple surprises. Expectations are pretty low. This is my first time ever grading, like I've mentioned, especially with PSA. So I'm super excited to bust into this opening and get started. So I'm going to show you guys the live reveal. I have not checked the grades on these yet, but let's get into this. Let's open this up and let us check out what is inside. So there was a lot of Neo cards, especially some holos, maybe a few first editions. I honestly don't remember. This came back actually surprisingly fast. I sent it off, I believe, about a month and a half ago, and they said it wouldn't get back till February, but it is here now. So we've got the information. This is my first time opening this box. I don't want to check this out just yet. I want to just kind of dive right into the cards. So here is the box. We've got, look at all these slabs. Okay, so we're just gonna grab it out one by one. Let's see how hard these seem. These are pretty hard to get out. These are tucked in here real nice. Let's see. Oh man, you guys can see the struggle here going on.
2 hours later.
All right, guys, I was able to finally get one out. So we're gonna cover up the grade. Oh, this is a big one. This is a big one, you guys. This is a Neo Genesis Togetic Holo First Edition. So obviously the higher grade, the better. Let's check the back on this one first. So it looks decent. I don't know. I don't see any white. So let's go ahead and just check out the grade on this one. 3, 2, 1, a 6. Oh man. So one of the things that I did notice on a lot of these cards was the holo was pretty, the holos are pretty scratched, but I don't know. You guys can tell me what you see that would make this a 6. Again, this is my first time grading. I'm not super knowledgeable about all the small details to look out for. I know the basics, but 6 seems pretty harsh. I don't know, but that's all right. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is the 2009 Platinum Articuno Holo from Supreme Victors, and this card I graded just kind of for fun. It was a part of a bulk deal that I did, and this was probably the best card out of all the bulk, and so I decided to get it graded because it looked decent. And let's go ahead and check the grade. We've got a 5. Wow, a 5. Oh man. Okay, you can see the holo is pretty scratched on this. I'm a little surprised at a 5. Again, I don't know how harsh they usually are. I've heard that it can be pretty, like, it depends on who's grading that day. I've heard a lot of people say that, like, sometimes you can get better grades and sometimes worse grades based off who grades it. But all right, here we have the 2000s Gym Challenge Erica's Venusaur Holo. Let's just check this one out. We've got a 7. Okay, 7. That's our best grade so far. We've gotten a 6, a 5, and now a 7. So hopefully we trend upwards. That's what it's seeming like. So a nice Erica Venusaur's Gym Challenge holo. We actually have a first edition card that we need to send off as well. So hopefully we'll a video on that in the future. Let's grab out the next card. We've got, oh, one of my favorite cards. This is a Scizor from Aquapolis. Aquapolis is some of the best artwork in the entire series. So I just love the Scizor cards. I had a lot of them growing up, and so this is just a really nice card to me. So let's check out the grade on this one. An 8. There we go. We got our first 8. So far 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm glad to get it on the Scizor. That's super nice. This was acquired at a card shop, the same one, you know, that I mentioned trading in the vintage packs for. So all of these were just raw cards that I picked up because I liked them and I wanted to add them to my collection. I sold off my packs, got some raw cards and some cash. So I'm not really too concerned about the grades on these, but it's nice to see an 8. So let's check out this Dark Houndoom. We've got a 7. Dark Houndoom 7. Okay, let's see. I think that's probably, yeah, you can see the scratching on the hollows. Besides that, I feel like the hollow is really gonna kill me on this grading, because a lot of them were pretty scratched. But let's get into the next one. We've got a Rocket Zapdos Gym Challenge Hollow, and this one is gonna be a 9. Look at that, we got a mint 9. Oh, so far our best grade. That's amazing. I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of these cards, they all were pretty similar condition to my eye, which as we can see so far has been all over the place. And I really wanted to send these cards off as a reference to see if I should send more off from the same batch. So we only did 20. We got more than that from the purchase, but this was kind of like, hey, if these get decent grades, we'll go ahead and send off some more. So here's a Neo Genesis Feraligatr Hollow, and we've got a 7. Okay, near mint 7 on the Feraligatr, again with the scratching on the hollow. You guys can see that. The backs all looked pretty decent on the ones that I send off, if I remember correctly. And then I do think they're all vintage except maybe 1 or 2 modern. But let's get into the next one. This is a 2000s Gym Challenge Blaine's Arcanine Hollow, non-first edition, and we've got a 6. Okay, so that one's pretty brutal. Oh man, you know, I'm not too upset about it, because like I said, it's all experimental for me. On this one, these are all cards that I kind of wanted to hang on to, or cards that I was excited to add to my collection. I just wanted to get them graded for mostly preservation purposes, but definitely looking into it more now, seeing these grades, I definitely need to consider more about the scratching of the hollow. Considering everything else on these cards, at least to me, look pretty good. The scratching on the hollow seems to take a really big hit on the grade. So let's move on to this Neo Discovery Tyranitar Hollow, and this one got a 7, another 7. My guess is a lot of these are going to be 7s. Anything higher I'll be pretty happy with, and anything lower I'll be a little upset about. But let's get into the next card. We have another Aquapolis, the 2003 Aquapolis Electrode Hollow, and this one is an 8, near mint 8. That's awesome. Let's go and just kind of rapid fire. Next one. Ooh, there's a big one. If I recall, let's check this one out, you guys. I'm pretty sure this one was pretty scratched. So you can see, like right here, we've got some scratches on the hollow. I'm a little worried about this one. Let's check the back. Back looks pretty good. Centering's a little off right to left. So my guess, unfortunately, I'm gonna guess a 6. Hope for a 7. Yeah, there it is. We got a 6 on the Blaine's Charizard. Similar to the Erica's Venusaur, I also have a Blaine's Charizard first edition that is actually in very good condition with very minimal scratching on the hollow that I need to send off as well. So hopefully we can get those cards upgraded in first edition with some good grades. And then this card, this is a card from my childhood. I had this card and it was peeling off. The front part of the card was completely peeled off. And this was just a nostalgic card when I saw it at the card shop. So I wanted to go ahead and grab it. And this Neo Destiny Dark Caesar Hollow actually came back. Oh, it's a 9. Let's go. That's amazing. That is amazing to get one of the better grades on a card that actually has some really high nostalgia for me. I remember having this in the binder with this, and I could never take it out because it was just peeling off. But let's jump into the next one. We've got a Rockets Mewtwo Hollow from Gym Challenge. And this one is going to be a 4. Wow, that's our worst grade so far. Let's see. I'm not really... I see the scratching on the hollow, but it doesn't look like anything worse than from what I've seen on the others. Oh, maybe it must be right there. Is that considered a crease? There's that whitening right there. That's all I can see. Maybe a little bit at the bottom as well. Maybe 4 is a little surprising, but again, it's all learning. It's all learning, so no worries. Let's move on to the next one. Oh man, another Aquapolis. We've got the 2003 Azumarill Reverse Foil, and this one is going to be a 5. Wow, a 5. I thought this one was actually really nice. There's a little bit of whitening at the bottom there. The centering doesn't look too bad to me. I could be wrong, but what is up with this this card is... Am I missing something? It doesn't look like the holo's super scratched. I don't really know. If you guys see anything that I'm missing on this, let me know. But it seems like a 5 is pretty rough on this one, considering the other Aquapolis cards did pretty well. That's one of the big shockers to me. So far, we had a 4 and a 5 back-to-back. Let's see if we can get some more higher grades and really pick this thing up. We've got a Porygon 2 from Neo Revelations holo, and this one is an 8. So there we go. Getting back up to the 8s and 9s. I like to see it. Very, very nice on this one. Next card, we got about 5 or 6 left. Next card is Lieutenant Surge's Raichu from Gym Challenge. And this one is going to be a 9. Let's go. There we go. We're picking it back up. This is great. Couple 4s, couple 5s, then we get into an 8 and a 9. So far, no 10s. I don't really expect to get any 10s on this, I'll be honest. But that would be awesome. And we're definitely getting a wide range of things. So here's another Scizor card. I definitely picked up a bunch of them when I was down there because I just love Scizor and I just love his artwork on his card. So here's the Neo Discovery holo, and this one is a 7. Okay, let's check on this. You know, when I look at it, they all look so dang similar to me. Like scratches on the holo. That is on the artwork, right? Well, I just don't think I've noticed these 2 white lines before, but I don't know what it is, you know. It seems a little inconsistent so far to me, but I could just not be a professional at this. So we got the Best of the Game Rockets Mewtwo promo winner reverse foil. This is a pretty nice condition card, but again, with the reverse holos, I don't really know. So let's get this one. My guess is going to be pretty low. I don't know. 6. Okay, that's better than I thought. Oh, yeah, look at this right there. You can see the scratches. I've heard, you know, the reverse foils and, of course, like the legendary collections are some of the hardest to grade. So with all this holo, it's bound to be some issues. But a 6 on that, you know, we'll take it. Definitely lower than I was expecting, but it is what it is. It's another one of my childhood cards, Dark Typhlosion. Not my personal ones, but just one that I have a lot of nostalgia for. I had a common trend with my cards, unfortunately, was the peeling. So I had the Dark Typhlosion and that Scizor that both had the heavy peeling on the cards. But this Neo Destiny Dark Typhlosion holo is going to come back as an 8. Okay. That's awesome. I'm really happy. I think that I'm really leaning towards 8s and 9s in my collection. If I get a 10, I don't know if I'd really consider keeping it, depending on how much the value went up. But a lot of these, you know, can be up for trade, or I'll just keep them because, like I said, they're for preservation. That's the whole reason I got them graded. And I think this is our only modern card. We've got a 2021. Is that a crack in the... Yeah, look at the case is cracked. The PSA case is cracked. What is that? Oh my God. That's crazy. The entire case just has a huge crack going through it. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I wonder what happened there, but we'll deal with that later. That's weird. But for now, we have a 2021 Pokemon Gengar VMAX from Fusion Strike, and this one got a Gem Mint 10. Look at that. Hell yeah. Awesome, you guys. Our first 10 is the one modern. Of course, they go graded a little easier on the modern, but look at this crack on the 10. That's crazy. Of course, there is something wrong with the 10, but that is too funny. Giant crack, but we've got a 10. Awesome. So that is actually the second to last card. So can we go back-to-back 10s to end it off? Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing if we go back-to-back 10s from the modern to the 2000s Rocket Dark Charizard holo. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Let's go ahead, check out the holo. Looks pretty scratched up. We're going to go ahead and guess. Let's go for a 7. Let's guess a 7 and 7. There we go. Awesome. Got the guess. Not what we wanted. Obviously, we want those 8s, 9s, 10s, but it is all good. So that's going to conclude the opening. I was pretty happy with this. There's a couple cards that were lower, a couple cards that got higher than I expected, and we did pull out a 10. So that's pretty sweet. A lot of good, solid vintage cards in here. Some cards that I'm excited to be hanging on to, excited to look for some trades on. And yeah, that was my first ever PSA submission, and not too bad. I'll go over the logistics and kind of how much everything was and how much it cost to grade it. And we'll see if we ended up making a good decision by sending these off to get graded. All right, so after looking over the numbers, we spent around $1,187 on those raw cards at the card shop. Remember, I traded in some vintage packs and got a lump sum of cash and wanted to support the store and get some cards for my collection. So I'm not too worried about if I overspent or paid up on some cards. I just liked the cards and wanted to support and already had some money from my sale. But after the grading, it looks like the values of the cards are around $1,350, which technically is more than I paid. But if you factor in the PSA grading cost of $355, we're actually in the negative about 180 bucks on this submission. Again, I think that was just because of the prices of the raw cards. In the future, my gradings will be a lot different. I get cards in through purchases of big lots and trades. So I have a few ready to go already that I'm gonna send in soon, and hopefully we'll have another video on a second PSA submission that comes out a little bit better and we get a little bit more profit. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more. And thank you so much again for stopping by.